high-end humiliation inside Saks Fifth Avenue at the Somerset Collection.
A business owner who bought some designer goods at the store says she was then accused of fraud.
Troy police were called in, but that's just the beginning. 7 investigator Jim Kirchner on the case, live in Troy. Jim?
Yeah, Stephen, Dana Hale was shopping here last night with her 24-year-old daughter. The daughter recorded part of this on her cell phone when it got ugly. And Dana says it happened for one reason.
They profiled me because I was in sweats, because I was black, that they could just treat people any kind of way.
She says she bought 2 really high-end bags, a belt, a keychain for herself, her daughter, and Christmas here inside the Louis Vuitton store, inside Saks Fifth Avenue last night. She paid for them with part cash, part on her business credit card. She owns this Irving Professional Nurses Training Center in East Point. She has shopped at Saks for several years without a problem, but as she continued shopping, a shocker.
And next thing I know, the police came. Troy police. And I said, what? He said, you and you. I need to talk to you.
That's when her daughter Paris rolled this video on her cell phone. Listen carefully as the police tell Dana she's been accused of fraud.
The name's not matching on the card's declined. So then we're like, okay, well then this is possibly a credit card fraud.
But it didn't decline, though. It went through.
Here's her receipt showing a total purchase of $6,731 with $3,800 going on MasterCard. Right under that, approved. The rest she paid in cash. And this is her business credit card and her signature. She paid a heavenly bill with the cops questioning her in front of the Christmas shopping crowd.
It's really sad and I'm embarrassed. They made me feel belittled. They made me feel harassed. And it was intimidation that you called the police.
Now, Dana says she was told the clerk called this a fraud because it was a different name on the business account than Dana's signature. She also says someone from the store called her this morning and offered to refund all $6,700 and she could keep the goods. And they apologized. She says apology not accepted. She's contacted an attorney. I went inside, gave them my business card. I got this card from the clerk, but no one from the store has called us. Live in Troy, Jim Kirchner, 7 Action News.
Keep us posted if you hear back from the store, Jim. Thanks so much for the report.
Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again, hit you with a video. And Happy New Year's to everybody out there. We're going to make 2018 better than what we made 2017. And as you can see, 2018 is already starting off with people pretty much taking an L. People have been taking the L's for a long time. And you know, but when we come across certain stories, we have to let them speak. For instance, this story right here of this Michigan woman who went to a Louis Vuitton store, Saks Fifth Avenue, if you will, where they sell Louis and all kind of high-end merchandise, Versace, Ferragamo belts, all kind of things. Well, she was making purchases, you know, being a business owner that she is, she can do those type of things because that's what hard work pays all where it's supposed to. But, you know, in America, we have this certain thing that we call hidden subliminal racism, whereas you go into whether it's a car dealership or to these stores and you dropping a lot of money, especially a lot of thousands, G's, whatever you want to say, it raised suspicion because they were like, how is this person able to afford all this when most of them themselves cannot even afford to buy what you buy. So I'm gonna read a snippet from this story and I will give my opinion surely as we go. Black woman who dropped over $6,700 at a Louis Vuitton store wrongfully accused of fraud. Just 4 days before Christmas, a Michigan woman visited the Louis Vuitton store inside of a Saks Fifth Avenue to shop for gifts. After spending a whopping $6,731 on designer bags, a keychain, and a belt, among other things, Dana Hale and her daughter were accused of credit card fraud. Believing that she was racially profiled during the incident, Hale has now contacted an attorney and plans to fight back, which she rightfully should do so. But if you go in a store, you spending $6,731 and you want to get a purse or two and a belt, you need to check your priorities. But like I said, you know, she's a business owner. If you got it like that, hey, go ahead. But I just don't believe in really wasting my money. But I understand women like these high-end purses. And can you women please, like James Brown said, and the guy that was crying that got cheated, that got caught cheating. Can you please leave in the comment section, what is it with you all with purses? I guess it's like guys with shoes or guys with cars, you know, because you all cherish those purses and you will kill somebody for messing with your damn purse. I don't understand why we spend all this money on purses, just like they probably understand why a lot of guys spend money on shoes. I like dress shoes more than, you know, I like dress shoes and running shoes. Now I spend money on them, but not basketball shoes. But anyway, the business owner who runs a nursing training center in East Point has charged part of the purchase on her business credit card while paying for the balance in cash, which means she had half of it in cash and half of it gonna go on a credit card, which what a lot of people do. Depends on how they got their account set up, like Kevin Hart said. Now, while she continued to shop, the clerk told her that she could leave her purchased items behind the counter. But Hale and her 24-year-old daughter were soon interrupted by a police officer who claimed that the credit card company declined to sell, which was a bold-faced lie. Now, Hale's daughter started filming what happened next as she refuted the officer's claim, which it shows that the card was automatically approved. Then he gonna switch the story and say that it was because the name was different on the credit card. But some people have names different on their regular credit card than with a business account. For those of you who have business account or own a small business, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You have one with your government name, then you have one with the business name. You know, I mean, it's very simple. It's just like if your name Tom Harry, okay, you have Tom Harry. Then if your business name Harry Tom's Productions. That's how it's going to be named. It's not going to be exactly your name, but it's still your card and your account. So anyway, the officer was totally wrong and totally misleading in that whole statement where he could have just told her the truth, but they try to do those little slick things to get you to confess to something. And a lot of people fall for the bait, but good thing that she was smart enough and that she didn't fall for the bait. Now, Hale told WXYZ, wow, news that Troy police officer approached them, announced himself, and said he needed to talk to them. On the video, the officer could be heard saying that because the way that Hale signed her name didn't match how it was written on the card. That's a damn lie, because a lot of time when I go in the store and I be racking up buying stuff, I just scribble my name down there. I don't give a damn. You know, long as you see those initials on there, you can pretty much know that's me. You feel me? Now, the officer said the name was different on the card, so that raised some kind of suspicion, which he know damn well, because I'm sure he encountered all this type of stuff from day-to-day operations for being a police or knowing people that have a business. Most of the time they're not going to use the same name, so that was very misleading what he did right there. Then this is possibly credit card fraud, the officer said. Then Hale corrected him, saying that there was no decline because the card went through. Hale said there is only one reason why the police were called: because she was black. They profiled me because I was in sweats. Hale said because I was black, they could just treat people any kind of way. So she probably walked in there, you know, with her sweatpants on. I hope she didn't have a little hair thing on. You know how some of these women be up in the damn grocery stores with pajamas on, with the little hair thing on, ain't even wash their ass, ain't even stop and wash their face, brush their teeth or nothing. And I be looking at them like, damn, girl, you know you looking rough as hell today. Why you coming in Walmart and Target and all these damn stores? It's like they just roll straight out the bed and hop in their shoes and jump straight in the car and go to the store. Like, you don't have no get up and go about yourself like the old folks say. You don't know how to clean yourself up. You feel me? Now, that's a crying shame. I'm not saying that she was doing it, but hopefully she didn't have that hairnet on, because I know rightfully so. If you would have walked in there, you know, and it's all about image. You have to be aware of that also. It's the perception that people get. True enough, is wrong. People shouldn't think like that, but that's just the way this world is. I didn't make it this way. She didn't make it that way. That's just the way people perceive you. It's just like if you walk in a car dealership and you're trying to buy a BMW, Lexus, Mercedes, whatever, and you coming in there with some toe-up clothes on with dirt on, which means you probably just got off work from your job. You probably have a very, very good high-paying job, or you might own a business. So you go in there, just got off of work, and you might be worth $300,000-$400,000, can pay for the car with cash, and they would still treat you like, you know, like you ain't nothing, just by the perception, what they perceive from you, how you dress. Now, if you were walking in on the other hand with a business suit on and probably with all kinds of fraudulent credit cards and all kinds of money scams, they would treat you with more respect because you fit the part of this person coming in here. You know what I'm saying? It just, you know, I hope you all get what I'm saying. Just like the old saying, when in Rome, think like the Romans, if you will. It's the same thing. Now, Hale has shopped at Saks for many years without incident until now. If I was her, I would never shop there again. You would not get another dollar from me. Now, this experience, she said, was embarrassing, belittling, and left her feeling harassed. She questioned why the clerk felt the need to even call the police in the first place, because you up in there spending all this money and they automatically assume that you was a crook. But if you shopped at this store multiple times, how can they assume that? I mean, don't you know the manager? I'm sure they don't switch managers every 6 months or every year. And I'm sure she at least went once a year or twice a year. So you mean to tell me not one single person in that whole store know you? Yeah, it sounds like a very strong case of profiling, if you will. Now, she also said, and it was intimidation that you called the police, she said, which meaning you already suspected me and accused me. You know what I'm saying? You played judge and jury. You already tried and convicted me up in here, allegedly committing credit card fraud with my own car, with my own money that I own a business with, you know. But, you know, a lot of people, they think that way when they see you because you don't fit the part. Like I said, if she would have came in there with a suit on, I mean, you know, looking good or whatever, it wouldn't have been no problem. But by the fact she coming there with sweatpants on, pajamas on, I guess that right there raised eyebrows at Saks Fifth Avenue. Like they don't go home and throw on pajamas or go in certain stores with pajamas on or whatnot. Now, after a discussion that took place in front of our other shoppers, Hale provided the officer with her receipt and was able to leave the store with her already purchased items. She told the news outlet that she was contacted by a representative from Saks Fifth Avenue who offered a full refund and told her that she could keep all of the items free of charge. But Hale found their behavior inexcusable and refused to accept their apology, which I do not blame her. She has since reached out to an attorney, to best decide how to resolve this matter. And she's going to sue him, and that's very good for him, because one thing about it is, you should have thought about all that before you try to accuse this woman. Let the woman at least prove her innocence first before you call the police. But this goes to show you, people so quick to call the damn police on you that you could just be an innocent person, you know, like a few other stories you would hear. And it's sad that people like that, instead of giving this woman the benefit of the doubt, they sit up and already bring law enforcement involved, not knowing which way that story could have went. What if the police would have felt some type of way that day and said the woman resisting her arrest and probably would have broke her arm or her leg or did something to her child, or worse yet, shot and killed her? Then what would be the excuse at then? You know, so I tell people, stop patronizing these businesses. Patronize people in your own community first. You know, it's funny how somebody would go way across town to what they say, quote unquote, the people on the other side of the tracks and patronize their restaurants and their businesses. But people right there in your own community that sell the same damn thing, it might not be Louis Vuitton and all that, but they sell the same thing, and you will not even patronize their business. You know, think about that. When somebody when somebody show you who they are, what's my old saying? Believe them. So they showed you who they are. They don't want your business. So stay away from them. Matter of fact, I say just boycott them, if you will, and make sure you all share this story. You know, this is a time for us, being 2018, that we need to get our priorities in order. You know, because she could really take that money. I'm not telling her to take her money and exactly what to do with it, but you could take that money that you're spending on these purses, which you probably already got 30 or 40, and that's fine, because people work for the things they want. But at the same time, you can turn around and invest that money and open up your own retail store where you can then start selling people, you know, Louis Vuitton purse, Prada purses, shoes, or whatever, Gucci. You know, that's how you do it. Flip the tables on them and keep your money in your pocket. That's how you hit them in their pockets. And if I was her, I wouldn't accept a refund, also nothing or anything, because when it was time to talk and negotiate, you didn't want to hear my side of the story. You just automatically assumed that I was a thief. So I'm going to automatically assume that you're not sorry, and we're going to court with this, and I'm going to get a lot more than that little $6,731 that I spent in your store. Matter of fact, we're going to quadruple that. But anyway, let me know what you all think about this video right here, and if you all had experiences where you was inside of these stores, and these stores side up here and stereotyped you or racially profiled you and said that you was in here committing a fraud, which you really wasn't. Now, if you was in there stealing and going out what they call hitting licks and taking credit cards, please don't comment, because you don't want nobody tracking your damn comment down to where them comments come from, because people do watch the internet. But if you have a legit excuse, you know, as to, you know, if you done been victimized in this kind of way, just like this woman was, will you please share that story with the rest of the world, because the world is dying to know. Because we have to stop this racial profiling, you know, because it's sad that I see people going to stores looking all kinds of ways, you know, and they never get turned down. But it's funny when the shoe is on the other foot. It's trouble. Think about that. If you like the video, push that like button. If you like, subscribe. Till next time, y'all stay blessed, stay vigilant, and stop spending your money with people who don't value your service. I'm out.